Who do you think is a good teacher?
Someone who can balance the specific strengths of an individual with the needs of the whole class.
I think a good teacher is somebody who passionate about what they're teaching you. If I'm thinking about the teacher that probably had the biggest impact on me, it was my A-level philosophy teacher. It was, I think, ultimately about the passion that she had for the subject. She really encouraged conversation and us to actually engage with the topics that we were learning about. It wasn't just that we were being delivered, told to read from a textbook. It was about really engaging with ideas and having arguments and discussions. And it wasn't just inside the classroom as well. She would organise school trips. She would take us out of our comfort zone to engage with philosophy in the real world. That's why I studied philosophy at university. And yeah, Miss Moss, best teacher I ever had.
I think a good teacher is somebody who sort of makes you believe that you have all that it takes to be at par with the rest of the world. For example, one teacher that I had was Mr. Bhushan, who made me believe that I have all that it takes to be the rest of the class as well. I used to be somebody who'd sort of get an E during my middle school program. But because of Mr. Bhushan, I started entrusting that trust in me that made me feel and believe that I could do it too. I was actually one of those students who moved from an E to an A in class. So I think somebody who makes you believe that you got it all.
I think twofold. The best teacher I personally have ever had was an English teacher called Anne Cole, sadly no longer with us, and she was an inspiration because she looked outside of the traditional structure that she was given at that point to teach and showed us things that were personal to us.
It was my chemistry teacher. I hated chemistry. I hated the equations. So every day I would just not do anything. But she taught me a really good lesson about just doing a little bit of something every day. And her thing was like, because it was private school, you could have just left the class. And every day when I had a class, she would say to me, I'm not letting you leave until you do one equation, just one equation, just one equation. When I got my results, it wasn't spectacular, but I passed. I did more than pass. I remember she came up to me and handed me the paper and said, you see, imagine if you were actually putting your mind to this, what you could have achieved just by doing one thing a day.